scientists. I see you're hiding in a weird place again. What are you guys doing in the freezer? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna get my ice cubes because for this week's experiment, we need some ice. So let's get started. For this project, you will need a clear jar with a lid, ice, hot water, and hairspray. All right, scientists, let's get into this. First, I'm taking my hot liquid and I'm putting it into my jar, pouring it about 1/4 of the way full. Set that aside, and then we take our hairspray, whatever hairspray you have works, and we're doing a nice squirt right into the jar, putting the lid on as quickly as possible. Then you can do this 2 ways. You can either stack your ice cubes up on top of the lid of the jar, which I'm showing here, but I found that to be a little difficult, so I just put the whole bowl full of ice cubes right on top. And now we can see what's happening. I put it behind this black paper so that we could see what was happening even better, and you'll see that right away a cloud is starting to appear. If you look really closely, you can see that it looks like it's swirling around in the jar. I wonder why it's doing that. Now I can take the ice off and remove the lid. And look at that, our cloud is escaping out of the top of our jar. And you see it's moving quite a lot. It's swirling around. That's pretty cool. Let's look at it closer. Wow, how cool is that? So why does it do that? First, we have to think about how clouds form. When water on Earth's surface heats up and evaporates, or when a liquid becomes a gas, it rises up into the atmosphere. Once it's up there and it cools down, it condenses, which means it goes from a gas back to a liquid. And then it grabs onto tiny microscopic particles in the air, stuff like dust, dirt, pollen, air pollution, and volcanic ash. So to make a cloud, you need warm, wet air. Then you need a cooling process. Finally, you need something to start a cloud condensation nucleus, which is the stuff like dirt and dust in the air. So when we put our warm water into our jar, we created warm, wet air, or water vapor, because the water heated up the air in the jar. We put the ice cubes on top so that the warm air inside the jar would rise up to meet the cool air at the top of the jar. When the two met, the warm air cooled down, which was our cooling process. The hairspray acted as our cloud condensation nucleus, the particles that the water vapor needed to stick to in order to form a cloud. Also, if you look carefully at the cloud, you'll see that it swirls around inside the jar, and when you release it by removing the lid. This swirling is caused by something called a convection current, which is caused when a heated fluid rises and when a cooling fluid sinks. Cool, right? Thanks so much for joining me today, scientists, for our cloud in a jar experiment. I hope you had fun, and depending on the kind of hairspray you use, I hope it also smells really good in your room now, too. Bye!